Welcome to a new video, my friends. I have been thinking about myself, who really I am, what I am all about. Am I a tough person who can handle a lot? Or am I weak and I should be able to carry more? Feelings are very mixed. Just thinking about my life, my upbringing. It sure was not an era of princesses. We had schoolwork, homework, housework, cooking, cleaning, many times helping with agriculture of the country. I mentioned once or twice, we would go pick potatoes, apples, grapes, and even stones from fields. Yes, you heard right, stones. Those were the activities that filled our time. It's a different life now, even for the youngsters from my country, Slovakia now. The children, teenagers now, they maybe look back at the life of people like myself and feel certain sorrow that we had it hard. But did we really have it hard? No, it was just different. And it built me and a number of other people of that era, 70s, 80s, when we were growing up. It built us into people we are today. And many of us have gone through a lot. Maybe some things we were not supposed to be exposed as a children or teenagers. Maybe it was era a little harsh when it comes to discipline, generational traumas that ran in families, and a repeated behavior of the parents in raising us. The things they went through, that's all they knew. That's all they knew when it came to bringing up a whole new generation. So it just depended how lucky you got. Saying all this also comes to my mind because I had recently conversation with my mother where we touched this subject a little bit. My mom is very tough woman who has gone through way too much. And now she sees me, how I live here, where things are easier and different. And she said that maybe I'm not as tough anymore as I used to be once. Tough, she still calls it. And then she said, sort of not new fact for me. I've heard that many times before. She said, Yana, you shouldn't have left. You should have stayed with us. And this has been ringing in my ears for the last 4 days. And I try not to occupy my mind with the heavy thoughts like this. But it made me reflect on all these years being away. And thinking, was she right? Or was this my fate? My path on which I was supposed to be? With all the people I have met along this road. And maybe more that I will still meet. With all the circumstances, tough times, better times, have they shaped me into who I am today? And why would my parents look at me and say, you are so much different than when you left? You are not as tough. I think in a way I understand what she meant. And it's very normal. After all, there's been so many years I spent here. But my parents see me now as someone who is sort of like a bit of stranger. And they always try to read me and figure out, what do I mean when I talk to them? What do I say? Because my outlook, my emotions and feelings are different so many times from theirs. People who basically created me to a certain age with their beliefs, their opinions of what was wrong and right. And then I left. I flew out of that nest and I learned different ways how to view life around me. And I created my own definitions on what is right, what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. But it's interesting that because our ways do not align many times, that they would see me as someone who is not that strong as I was once. Should we really get bothered when we get old, to the age as mine, going almost on 60, and still be affected so much by what my parents feel and think about me, how I act, what I do. And when my mom would say, "You should have stayed, Diana. Why is it shaking me so hard?" and robs me of my sleep. The psychology of one's mind. And who knows? Maybe I should have. And maybe I shouldn't have. But then I would not have garden like this and experience so many new interesting places, emotions, and the new memories I've created here.